Good morning, everybody. We're live here for Emmy's 3C's. My name's Mary Ellen Stites, and I'm here in the Creativity Nest, and my business is Create With Me, and we're going to have coffee class in online because I didn't think I was going to be able to come today, but it all worked out. So here I am. I'm in a different area of the nest today. I'm in a little corner, a different corner. So we're just bouncing you all around so you can see all different areas. So chime in and let me know that you're on. I know it takes a little while for people to get on, so I don't want to start the project right away. We just want to talk a little bit about things that are going to be happening here in the Creativity Nest. We've got a lot of events coming up. So first of all, I just want to say, have you gotten this yet? I got mine. I hope you got it. If you're on my mailing list, then I hope, hold on, I'm going to shut these off. Good morning, Mary Jo. If I don't shut my hearing aids off, then sometimes it will cut my sound out. So, okay, there. Yeah, catalogs have come. So if you're on my mailing list, you should be getting one soon. If you are not on my mailing list or you're not a demonstrator, then you haven't gotten yours yet, Mary Jo? I thought you would have yours already in the mail. Did I get mine? I think I got my mailed one already. This was one I ordered case of catalog. So if you're not on my mailing list and you need a catalog, please send me a message because I'm happy to drop one in the mail to you. If you don't get one by the ordering, catalog goes live on May 2nd. So if you don't have one by then, please drop me a line and I'll send one out as soon as I can. So I'll send one out right away. So we got the annual catalog, so that's exciting. So because of the annual catalog coming in, then I have a lot of things that's happening here at the Nest. So I've got my BOGO sale, annual BOGO sale. I've been doing it for years and years. And so we now do it online, and that will be, well, I said Thursday, May the 4th, but my helpers might not be available that day, so we might have to move it to Friday. But if I can work it out for Thursday, we'll have it on Thursday. But I'm not sure that's going to work out now. So hopefully we'll have it on Friday. So got our BOGO. So that's when you purchase retired items. We'll show video. We'll have a live, and I'll show retiring things, and you purchase them. You get equal value out of the new catalog. So that's always a really exciting time because it's like getting things for free. So you're really like buying all of the things on your wish list, and then you're getting a whole bunch of bundles and stamps and dies for free. So that's always super exciting. So we've got that on the 4th or 5th. Just stay tuned. We'll let you know. Then we've got, I'm just looking at my calendar. Then I've got on the 3rd, I'll go back a little bit. On the 3rd, I'm kind of going to go backwards. So on the 3rd, we have, can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Because it looks like my sound is okay. Hannah, can you go on and see? Hannah's working from home today, so she's going to check and see. So I want to make sure you can hear me. It looks like my sound is okay on my end. It could have just been because I shut off my hearing aids. I'm not sure. Sometimes it interferes. So on the Wednesday the 3rd, we have Forget Me Not class. We'll be working with, that's where you do allocation cards. So we do 8 cards, 4 designs. You can hear okay? Yeah, 2 of 4 designs. And then it's a good time to kind of stock up on the cards that you need for that month. And you're getting an email here at noon if you are on my email newsletter list, and it will tell you that I take requests. So if there's like you go, oh, I'm going to a wedding this month. Well, let's do a wedding, and I really want a wedding card. Let's do a wedding card. Or I need a sympathy card. Then let me know because I do take requests. Or I try to accommodate if I can. If too many people ask me, I only have 4 designs, but usually it works out pretty good. And then we'll go forward a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my calendar. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, we'll keep going backwards. So we'll go back to this next Wednesday, the 26th. That was when Stamp It Your Way video will go live. You'll see that up on YouTube. So if you do not subscribe to my channel, that's where me and Betsy will show you 4 cards using desert details. And I think this is probably my favorite Stamp It Your Way. The cards, there's a fun shaker card. The cards that Betsy designed are just gorgeous. And so I think that you'll really like it. So mark your calendar for Wednesday, the 26th, up on my YouTube channel, and then you will see the 4 cards that we did. We go through how to create each one individually. So it's really been great. Then we'll go to Sunday, May 7th. And that is a new thing. We're going to do bingo and BOGO. So that's where I'll introduce my the rest of my items. We'll close out our sale on Saturday, and the rest of the items will be available for shopping on Sunday locally. So if you're local, because I don't sell my paper, my ribbons, my embellishments online, I only do that in person. So the only thing I'm selling online are stamps and dies, sometimes some folders, sometimes some groups. It might have paper like the outgoing in colors. I'll probably have those grouped together in packets with a marker and a blend and an ink pad and a refill and the pack of paper if I have it. So I'll put those together in a bundle, and then I will sell those online. But then we'll have what's left in person, which, trust me, there's tons and tons left over. All right, and so I think that's as far as I'll go on my calendar. Stamp It Your Way, you always sign up by the 10th, so that's a subscription if you're interested. Next month we're doing the new Zany Zoo, so keep that in mind. It's adorable. You can see 2 of the cards behind me well, it's actually over here. So if you can see those cards, those are 2 of the Zany Zoo cards that we're going to be doing next month. So you know, get that bundle when the catalog goes live and sign up for Stamp It Your Way so you can get the packet and the products. Hi, Luann. That's okay. It's all right. I'm just talking about upcoming classes. So you'll get an email with all this information here today at noon. So let's go ahead and get started. I know that I'm going to use something. Usually I don't do sneak peeks too ahead of time on the catalog, but on Tuesday, Teach Me Tuesday, if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. I did, I've got the card here. Hold on, yeah. So I did this card. I'm going to take you down to my desk and I'll show you. So I did this card here. I did it a couple different ways. And so we did this for Teach Me Tuesday, and we're using the new Cheerful Daisies. So we're going to stay with the Cheerful Daisies because there's some really pretty designer series paper that goes with it. And this whole color scheme is going to be completely different than that bright one. So we're going to do a really fun fold. So make sure you have a pen and a paper. You're going to want to write down these measurements because they are some scoring and some measurements that you're going to want to know. So I'll just keep chattering. Let me know you got a pen and a paper handy because I think that this card, I'm going to show you the card. I think you're going to want to have, it's really cute. So we did this at club, and the girls really liked it because they could see like the possibilities here. We did some leaves on it using this one, and they said it's not too hard. So I'm going to show you today. So grab your paper and your pen, and let's go ahead and get started. We're using Cheerful Daisy. So you're going to need a few pieces. So this piece of paper right here is 5.5 by 11. So we just took it 8.5 by 11 and cut it at 5.5. And then I'm going to bring in my cutting and scoring trimmer, and we're going to do some scoring. So again, I always use mine upside down. So if you're new to me, you'll be confused by that, but this is the way that my brain works. So we're going to take the card base and we're going to score it on the long side at 3 3/8, 3 3/8 right here, scoring, making sure I have my scoring blade and not my cutting blade. And then I'm going to open up my arm. This is the nice thing about this trimmer. And then we're going to score it at 7 5/8. So on the long side at 3 3/8 and 7 5/8. Lou says she's on pins and needles waiting for a FedEx man to bring her order. Mine came today. A FedEx man came to my house today and brought it. My husband goes, "This is really heavy." And I said, "Yeah, it's full of paper." Because our paper, you'll see it in the header of this thing. I put all the things that are going up in the new catalog so that you guys can snag them now before May 2nd, because paper's going up, and Greenland glue, this thing right here is going up $1.50. So I snagged a few of those. I don't know if they'll be available, but I hope they are. So again, 5.5 by 11. You're going to score it at 3 3/8 and 7 5/8. Then you're going to turn your paper so that you have the short side. And now we're going to bring our cutting blade down. We are going to cut at 1 7/8, 1 7/8, and I'm going to cut from the edge to the fold, 1 7/8, and you can see the line here. You can't see it, but when you're cutting, and then you can take this and go all the way to the top without moving your paper and cut down. And I'm going to put my head in the way. Cut down to the fold. Then you're going to flip your paper over and do the same thing. 1 7/8. Cut down to the fold. Lift your arm. I don't know what this is called. And then, let me get back at 1 7/8. And then cut up to the fold. So your paper, let me move this cutter. We're done with it. Is going to look funny. It's going to look like this. So you've got some pieces. This and this is bigger than this one in the middle. Okay, it's a little bit bigger. So now what we're going to do, I'll put it on, I'll fold it, and that will help you see it a little bit better. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our snips, or we can take our cutter. I'm going to use my snips just for ease. And you're going to cut the middle one off of one side. So you can use your paper trimmer. Usually I use my trimmer, but I'm going to use my snips. And then on the other side, since we did the middle, we're going to cut the 2 outside arms off. So again, I'm going to just go along the fold, cut up to that. That's how easy, that's the hardest part. And that now we have this, I said the other day, it's like a Minecraft tool. I don't know. It just looks funny to me, but something that my kids would have on Minecraft. I don't know. So your card's going to fold like that. Now it's just pretty simple assembly. You're going to have a piece of paper, whatever, white or vanilla, that you can stamp in, write your sentiment in, and that is 5 1/4 by 4, 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that. Even though we're stamping on it, we have to adhere it because we won't know where to stamp unless it's already on the card. So when we get to that stamping part, we're going to make sure that we're stamping really, really carefully. Okay. Now we're going to assemble our pieces to go on here, and you are going to have, let's see, I've got it written down here. Hold on. I'm going to sneeze. So you've got 3 different, you got 2 the same. You've got your designer series paper that's going to go on that. Then you've got one that's a little thinner, and you've got a different designer series paper, or whatever your choice is. You can have all 3 the same. That's a little smaller. So let me tell you what these are so you can write them down. The layer for the top and bottom flaps are 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. So this piece is 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. And this designer series paper layer for the top and bottom are 3 1/8 by 1 5/8. 3 1/8 by 1 5/8. Then the middle one, the layer for the middle flap, is 3 1/4 by 1 5/8. So in other words, the flaps are the same length this way, but this one here is thinner, a little bit thinner, so you need a little bit thinner. So it's, again, this layer is 3 1/4 by 1 5/8, and then the designer series paper layer for the middle flap is 3 1/8 by 1 1/2. Okay, and then this is just simple assembly, just layering the designer series paper. This is that new wild wheat. I know people aren't wild about it, but I kind of like it. I think you're going to find that when you put it with the right colors, it's really going to be lovely. And then you just layer those just like that. Then there's a really fun die. This actually comes in the Cheerful Daisy die set. This is a little tag. And we're going to stamp with the new copper clay. And we're going to put our greeting. And our greeting says, your friendship means everything. So this is a great card that you can send to your friend that says, your friendship means everything to me. Before I layer the metal layer, I'm going to take some ribbon and I'm going to wrap that around. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to bring in my ribbon shears. Those work better for me. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here and here. Now, your design, you may not want that, but for my design, I'm going to put a little bit of ribbon wrapped around that layer, just like so, and then I'll adhere it to my card base. Okay, so this is the piece that's going to go on the middle, right here. And it's got ribbon wrapped around it. And then these two pieces go on the upper and lower flap. Now to make this laid down a little flatter, I can take my bone folder and press that to keep that laid down a little bit better. See, that helps it lay. Probably should have done that before I put the ribbon on, but it still works. Okay, see there, now it lays pretty flat. All right, so that we can decorate it. Okay, all right, so that's the basics of our card right there. Now we're gonna decorate, and I'm just going to adhere the tag on using my Stampin' Seal, just right here. And then I wanna show you this daisy. So you can cut this out a couple different ways. I think I had, I'm just going to see if I have here. Okay, I'm going to show you the ways you can do this. So this is 2 dies, and you can either cut them out separate and you get this. And then what you would do is you would glue this on here and it looks like an embossed daisy. Can't really see it too good, but after I get it glued on, you'll see it better. So if you glue those together, it looks like an embossed daisy. There, you can see it. So really, really pretty, and that's the way I'm going to do it. But you could take the 2 dies and cut them out with one inside the other, and then you've got something that looks like this. And that's a little open daisy that you could put on your card just like that. And then it shows everything behind it. But I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid adhesive, or like we like to call it, green lid glue. I always tell you less is more on this, and this is true. Let me know in the comments if you need me to go back and give you any measurements. If you missed them, I will be happy to repeat them. Okay, so there's my embossed looking, faux looking daisy, gorgeous. This is the new wild wheat. I didn't tell you the color, so I told you copper clay. This background is moody mauve. That's a new in color. This paper focuses on the in colors, moody mauve and wild wheat, and it's got a little of the new bubble bath, which we're going to use when we stamp the flowers. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp the center of my daisy with some copper clay right here to finish that off. And then I'm going to use my liquid adhesive instead of popping it up, because I feel like there's a lot of dimension to this card. So I'm going to just adhere it just like so using my liquid adhesive. And I'm going to just press it on for a second because I'm pressing it on the ribbon too. So sometimes it takes just a little extra second, but trust me, it's worth it because usually when you're using liquid glue, the cards don't fall apart. So totally worth it. Now we're going to finish the front off before we go to the inside. And I'm going to use the new, these are the new adhesive back solid gems. And I'm going to use the copper clay. I'm going to use the small, I'm going to put one small one there and a medium one right here. So just a couple gems. I love to use gems on my card. So I've got ribbon and I've got gems. So now we're going to stamp the bubble bath flowers. And I'm going to show you how to do that and also how to just step them up a little bit. So you can't, because this is a little wide, you're going to have trouble stamping right there. So what I do is I ink it up. I kind of get an idea, and then I'll just stamp my flowers down here. So you're going to see it a little peekaboo. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And then I'm going to lift this one up, and I'm turning the stamp around, and I'm stamping it right in the middle like that. So I could leave it like that, but I'm going to step it up just a little bit to make it a little more realistic with the wild wheat and the copper clay markers. And I'm going to remind you that markers have been reconfigured. So now instead of a little writing tip, we have a nice, let's see, I'm not in focus, a little bullet tip. Super nice. So I'm going to open up my card, and I'm going to just add those little center pieces with my copper clay bullet tip end. I love this. I would have never been able to do that with the other one. It just wasn't enough ink. Then I'm going to add my wild wheat to the center. So see how that's just turning that into just a little bit of a stepped up image? I'll put it up closer so you can see it. So it just steps it up just a little bit, just like that. And that's our card. So let me know in the comments if you need any other measurements. Otherwise, I'll figure that we're good on that. Put away my supplies here out of the way. So here's our card. Well, I want to put it over here. It's backwards when you're looking. So here's the card. It opens like this, fairly fun, really fun. And then I could put my message, and I'd put it right here in the middle, just where the, I might want to stamp a greeting up here. I, can stamp something there, and then I could sign it down here. So there's lots of possibilities with this one. So not hard, super easy, but what a fun idea. So let me know. I hope you like that. Let me know if you're watching it later too. So let's see. We've covered most of what is happening here at the end of the month and the 1st of May. An email, like I said, if you're on my email list, it's going out at noon. If you're not, send me a message and I'll send you a link to get signed up for my emails so that you can have all the information that you need. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching now or later, and I will see you later. You guys have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.